What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be a little bit different than the previous ones I have on my channel, guys. I wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about the declining stock market that a lot of people are reaching out to me. You can hear and feel the panic, over their voice, in their, in their text messages and so forth. And I want to just come on here to address a couple different things. We're going to talk about what's going on with the market, where I see it going. The biggest reason why I wanted to make this video is because there are a lot of new investors in the market, people that have either gotten in just a few weeks ago, a few months ago, but many that have gotten in after March. Okay, they got in April and beyond, and since then it's been a lot of easy money plays. Okay, as Chris Sane would say, a lot of easy money plays, but you would be able to just pick anything and the stock would go up. And this is a really good time to kind of evaluate, the market, evaluate your portfolio, evaluate your mental, status, your mental capacity, okay, and be able to do some restructuring. The last thing I want is for people to come in and just feel like, oh, they got bad luck, the market's not for me. Okay, I lost this money I'm not getting back into. I also want to talk about, a little bit about the stocks that were talked about on my channel, as well as just on YouTube in general. So I am going to mention this, guys. If you are new to the channel, I would, if you've been following me for a little while, appreciate a thumbs up. I do want to let you know that you are not alone, okay? That I personally am going through this with you. My portfolio has been bloody red, and I made a lot of mistakes on myself, when it comes to investing. And I'm going to go over all of those, so really to help you guys in the future. Okay, I am also going to tell you guys, if you are interested, I'm going to start doing live streams. So if you are interested, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to start doing live streams, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what they're going to be, but it's going to be really just to kind of build a better community, tighter together, to where we can all move forward and we can learn and grow from this, guys. So first off, the first thing I want to address is, I'm going to start sharing this screen, guys, this is the market right now. This is today, the Nasdaq, which is the one that I follow closely because I'm mostly heavily invested in the tech sector. And I know a lot of you guys are as well. A lot of the stocks we talk about on my channel that are not just on my channel, all over YouTube. Okay. So it's down. It's starting to come back today. I want to look over at the 6-month chart. It's been down pretty hard. Last thing I want to talk about, guys, is this is the 5-year chart. So the one important thing is that the stock market success rate is very, very high. Okay, it continues to rise, it continues to go up no matter what the pullbacks are. There was a hard pullback in 2000, a hard pullback in 2008, 2009. We saw early 2020, when the economy just stopped because of the coronavirus, but however, it recovers from itself. I was talking to my mother the other day, yesterday, and she said, Jeff, she said, your grandfather always used to tell me that the stock market always comes back, and it will. The Nasdaq will see 14.1 again. The Dow will eventually reach 35,000. I can guarantee you that. It might not happen tomorrow. It might not happen in 2022. It might take a little bit longer of time, but it will happen. Okay, so if there's one thing that I can stress to you guys, is patience. All right. When the economy stopped in 2020, everybody was scared and panicked. However, money just shifted. It got away from the travel, leisure, the entertainment, the financials, and shifted over to the tech sector, as it would be used heavily as companies were starting to work remote. All right, that's kind of what we're seeing here, a transfer of money. Why you see the Nasdaq down much further than the Dow and the S&P, it's because there's a big shift in money. Okay, that's just one of the reasons. I also, guys, let's talk about just the fact of the stocks that we talked about on my channel, and I'm going to say of what most YouTubers is the stocks that were talked about, hyped about and whatnot. Most of them, I'm not gonna say all of them, but most of them were good fundamental plays to be had. Okay, a lot of the stocks on my channel, they're still positive from where they were when I first started talking about them. A lot of them, became positive and now have since dropped off. And that's just a part of the sector that we're in, that we were investing in, and the change that has happened. Okay, so one thing I do want to point out, guys, is this is a very good time to reevaluate your portfolio. Right now, the Nasdaq is down about 11%. If your portfolio is down 40 to 50%, it's a really good time just to kind of take a step back and look at it from a different perspective and say, wow, you know what? I invested way too much on this one sector. I'm guilty of that. I went way too heavy into EV, the green energy movement and so forth. And it was like you could throw any money at it and it would turn out more money. And a lot of my plays are still up. However, they're down 40-50% off highs. Some of them are not up. Some of them I got into in late January, early February that I'm taking a beating on. Okay, I believed in them. I still believe in those companies. I still hold those companies. I know they will recover, but it's a really good time to, reevaluate your portfolio. Secondly, okay, it's also a good time to reevaluate how much money you put into the market. I've never been invested as heavily as I am now. And, I'm sure I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. And it's a really good time just to think to yourself that, if I'm going to use round numbers, guys, but if you've got $10,000 in your savings account and let's say $2,000 in your checking, maybe it's not a good idea to have all that $10,000 in your savings invested in the market. Okay. For a couple of things. One, you want to be able to have some cash on hand. Or I always say 20% cash on hand to be able to buy the dips. But also some of these, beatings that happen in these blows, they're not going to be as hard of a hit because this is going to happen again. We're going to continue to see the 10-15% pullbacks. It's a natural part of the market. It's a healthy part of the market. I don't believe we're going into a bear market. We're going to hit that 20% point. We hit that 10%. I could see it maybe going to about that 14-15% and then starting to recover. I don't know if the recovery is going to be a huge V shape. I don't think it's going to be as strong and quick as it was in March of 2020. I think it'll be a little slower. I can guarantee you tech is going to continue because of we are only at the infancy of the technological era. Okay, eventually in 30 years from now, I'm 31 years old. I'm going to see houses where asphalt shingles aren't even a thing anymore. It's all going to be solar. Okay, electric vehicles eventually are going to be the primary, vehicles sold new. It's going to happen. I believe it. And it's going to happen. It's not just whether I believe it. I know it's going to happen. So I'm bullish on that when it comes to the tech sector. But I also want to get back to what I talked about is I pulled money from many other different areas and dumped it into the market. I did, owner's draws on my business. I pulled, I stopped buying real estate. The last house I bought was in December of 2019. Okay. And I shifted all my money over into the market, which was great. I had some great gains. 2020 was the best year. However, the blow that I'm experiencing now is huge. Okay. So it's just a really good time to kind of reevaluate exactly where you stand, what you're invested in, how heavily you are invested in. Okay. Take a step back and look at, all right, did I follow too much of these penny stocks? Okay, these 15 cent, $1 stocks that are posed to double. I try to personally stay away from them. There's a couple of them that I would invest in, maybe a small 5-10% of my portfolio, that I think, a medical stock that's at $3-4. Okay, it might be posed to double based on an FDA approval, stuff like that. But most of my stocks are fundamental. I was heavily invested in Tesla. Tesla's down, it reached probably 550, 560 today, hit a high of 900. Luckily I'm still positive on it from where I was because I got into it so long ago. However, it's a huge hit. Apple took a huge hit. NEO took a huge hit. CCIV, I told, my private community, our group, I said, guys, my plan is the second the news is announced, I'm going to sell 50%. However, from the other 50%, I think I might even be down. I had 21 changed dollar cost average, so I don't even know what it's at right now. It might even be down or maybe up $1, but just a really good perspective just to say, you're too heavy on one side. I got rid of my Wells Fargo, my Bank of America, okay, back when the market crashed in early 2020. I bought some back, but it was minimal that I bought back, and I went just way too heavy on the tech side. So, but most importantly, guys, like I said, reevaluate. I'm going to continue making these videos. I want to let you know that no matter how you're feeling, what you're feeling, that you're not alone. Okay. I don't want to say everybody's down because I don't like using that word everybody, but a huge percentage of people are down from their highs where they were at. So most importantly, guys, you're not alone. Okay. This will come back. Be patient. All right. Hopefully this video can try to settle some nerves. I feel as I've gotten a little older, a little bit more mature, and I've been through so many of these now, is that I realize that whenever I get nervous, I get all worked up. I got to take a step back and just realize, we've been through this before. I've been through this personally many times. I started investing when I was 18 in 2007. Okay. I've been through many of them, that it does come back. And most importantly, I guess, continue to eat and continue to drink some water. Somebody said the other day, oh, you're looking a little skinny. I said, oh, and they're like, oh, market must be down, and it's like, damn, well, they didn't probably just say that because they know the market's down. They know I'm heavily into it and stuff. They know it because I probably looked a little bit skinny to them. Who knows when, I haven't seen them in a little while, but still, the point of the matter is remember to take care of yourself. That's always first and foremost. So, guys, please leave a comment, just if you use this thread below to really give some support to everybody else who's going to watch this video. talk about some of your losses, let it out, whatever you got to do. You know, I'm going to try to read every single comment and respond to you guys. Appreciate it, guys. I'm going to be with you. Consider subscribing, you know, and I'll see you in the next one.